Beyond 70% of fuel distributed in America lacks adequate detergents to maintain engine cleanliness. That explains why over 500,000 vehicles experience breakdowns annually from carbon accumulation alone. So never use these 11 gasoline brands. And at the conclusion, I will reveal 5 that genuinely protect your engine. The identical fuel blend my F-150 utilizes to reach 375,000 miles strong. Let us start the countdown. Number 11, Safeway gasoline. Ever wonder why your vehicle starts operating roughly several days after refueling? Weak idle, sluggish throttle. Sometimes the check engine light activates for no reason. That occurs when you are burning fuel that prioritizes budget over quality. Safeway fuel might appear inexpensive at the pump, but it costs people more in the long term. Independent fuel tests have demonstrated their detergent levels are way below what automakers recommend. That means your injectors and intake valves collect carbon faster than they should. And once that accumulation starts, your engine does not run clean. It runs exhausted. I have dismantled engines that were loyal to this brand, sticky valves, black soot coating the spark plugs, and sluggish response like the vehicle is fighting to breathe. Drivers thought they were saving several cents per gallon. Truth is, they were paying for it later in repairs. To make things worse, Safeway is not top-tier certified, meaning they do not meet the higher detergent standards trusted by major car makers. And when a company skimps on cleaning agents, your engine pays the price. And just when you think that is bad enough, the next brand makes Safeway look like premium fuel. Number 10, 7-Eleven gas. You would think a big name like that would care about what goes into their pumps, right? Not really. Most folks do not realize 7-Eleven does not refine its own fuel. They buy from whatever local supplier gives the cheapest deal that week. One station could be decent, and the next one down the road might be pure junk. There is zero consistency. That is a nightmare for your engine. I have had customers swear their car ran fine until they filled up at a 7-Eleven. Next thing you know, rough idle, hesitation, poor mileage. Some even reported their car knocking on acceleration. That is a sign of low-quality fuel or water contamination. There have been multiple reports over the years of 7-Eleven stations selling gas tainted with too much ethanol or sediment from old underground tanks. In a few cases, state inspectors shut pumps down after finding off-spec fuel. When the gas you sell can damage injectors and fuel pumps, that is not just careless, it is reckless. The few pennies you save there can turn into hundreds in repair bills later. Trust me, cheap gas is not worth it. But if you think that is inconsistent, the next brand built its entire reputation on bulk fuel that barely passes minimum standards. Number 9, Sam's Club. Here's the thing about warehouse gas stations. They are built for volume, not quality. Sam's Club is a perfect example. Their fuel comes from a mix of local suppliers, and that means no guaranteed formula, no fixed detergent package, and no consistent quality control. One tank might be fine, the next might have enough contaminants to make your injectors cry. I have had cars come into the shop after people filled up there, clogged filters, uneven idle, even hard starts in cold weather. When we drained the fuel, it smelled stale and looked cloudy. That is usually a sign of moisture or sediment in the storage tanks. And here is the kicker, Sam's Club fuel is not top-tier certified. That is a big red flag. Automakers recommend top-tier because it helps prevent carbon buildup and keeps engines clean. Sam's fuel just meets the legal minimum, nothing more. Sure, it is cheap, but there is a reason why. When you move millions of gallons a week, quality gets pushed aside for quantity. Those savings at the pump can end up burning through your fuel system instead. And believe it or not, the next brand manages to cut even more corners than that. Number 8, Circle K. This one is sneaky because it is everywhere. You see that bright red sign and think it is a big, reliable brand. But Circle K does not make its own fuel either. They buy whatever is cheapest from local distributors. That means your engine becomes a test subject for whatever mystery blend they got that week. I have seen engines gummed up after months of Circle K fill-ups, sticky injectors, carbon-coated valves, misfires that come and go like ghosts. When we run a bore scope inside the cylinders, you can literally see the black deposit sitting on the piston tops. That is from weak detergents, plain and simple. In 2020, several Circle K stations across the South were fined for water-contaminated fuel that damaged dozens of vehicles. Some drivers could not even make it home after filling up. The company blamed it on delivery issues. That is a poor excuse when you are running a national brand. And hey, if you have ever had rough idling or stalling right after a fill-up, hit that like button and drop your experience in the comments. It helps more drivers avoid this kind of mess. Do not forget to subscribe. We are exposing the next brand, and it is tied to one of the biggest retail chains in America, and their fuel problems run even deeper. Number 7. Murphy USA. You will find these right next to Walmart parking lots all across the country. Convenient, sure, but not exactly trustworthy when it comes to fuel quality. Murphy USA built its business model around one thing: selling gas cheaper than everyone else. And when your whole goal is cheaper, something has got to give. Usually, it is the detergent package. I have seen plenty of problems tied to this fuel: rough idling, sputtering under load, even early fuel injector failure. Drivers think their car is getting old. Nope, it is just running on low-grade gas. According to fuel sample data from multiple states, Murphy's detergent levels often fall short of top-tier standards, and their ethanol content can fluctuate more than it should. That inconsistency messes with fuel trims and burns dirty. In 2018, several Murphy stations in Texas and Louisiana were investigated for selling contaminated fuel after dozens of vehicles stalled right after filling up. The company blamed supplier errors, but let us be honest, that excuse gets old fast. Cheap gas might save you $1 or $2, but your engine is paying the price every mile. And just wait, the next brand pretends to be performance fuel, yet it is one of the dirtiest I have ever seen. Number 6. Speedway. It looks like a solid choice. Bright lights, clean stations, big name, but do not let that fool you. Their gas often comes from mixed local suppliers, and that means you never really know what is going into your tank. I have worked on plenty of engines that ran on Speedway fuel for years. The pattern is always the same: carbon buildup on valves, sluggish throttle, poor fuel economy. When we test the gas, it is usually low on detergents. That is bad news because detergents are what keep your engine clean. Without them, that carbon turns into sludge fast. There is more. In 2020, some Speedway stations were caught selling fuel with high water content after heavy rain. Drivers filled up, drove a mile or two, and their cars started sputtering or would not start at all. Water and gas do not mix. It rusts the fuel system and kills pumps. Speedway also is not top-tier certified, which says a lot. They meet the bare minimum standards, nothing more. That is not what I would call performance fuel. So yeah, the brand looks polished on the outside, but what is in those pumps tells a different story. And if you have had to rely on cheaper gas before, click the link above. I broke down the best fuel additives that actually clean your system and protect your injectors when you are stuck using low-quality fuel. You will want to see that. And the next brand, it is one travelers trust the most, but that trust is misplaced. Number 5, Love's Travel Stops. Truckers and road trippers swear by Love's because it is everywhere and open all night. But convenience does not equal quality. Their fuel has been flagged multiple times for contamination and poor storage maintenance. When you move that much volume across hundreds of stations, keeping every tank clean is almost impossible. I have had customers fill up at Love's before a long haul only to break down halfway through their trip. We drained the tanks, found cloudy fuel and visible sediment. That is water and dirt. plain and simple. In 2022, several drivers in Oklahoma and Missouri filed complaints after Love's gas caused their vehicles to stall right after filling up. Inspectors found traces of microbial growth in underground tanks. That stuff clogs filters and injectors like glue. Their diesel side is not much better. Multiple trucking forums are full of stories about inconsistent quality and poor additive control. Love's fuel is not top-tier certified either, which means no guaranteed detergents to keep your engine clean. It is cheap, it is easy to find, but it is a gamble every time you fill up. And if you think Love's is risky, the next one's story goes way deeper. It is tied to one of the oldest names in American gasoline history. Number 4, Amoco. This one surprises a lot of folks. They hear Amoco and think it is a trusted old-school brand. But here's the truth. Since BP brought it back, Amoco's fuel is basically BP regular gas under a different name. The problem? Their regular blends have been criticized for weak detergent levels compared to top-tier brands like Chevron or Shell. EPA records even show complaints about Amoco fuel causing carbon buildup in modern direct injection engines. When that happens, your car starts losing power, idling rough, and burning more fuel. I have seen it firsthand, engines with just 60,000 miles running, like they have done 150,000, because of dirty valves and injectors. And despite the marketing, Amoco fuel is not always top-tier certified, depending on the station. Some locations use older storage tanks that can leak moisture into the fuel over time. That is bad news for your fuel pump and injectors. The name might sound classy, but do not let nostalgia fool you. It is not the Amoco from back in the day. And believe me, the next one is where things start to get ugly. Number 3, Pilot Flying J. Now here's a brand that has been in the news for all the wrong reasons. Pilot Flying J is not just a truck stop, it has been at the center of one of the biggest fuel rebate scandals in history. Back in 2013, the FBI raided their headquarters after the company admitted to cheating truckers out of fuel rebates. Millions of dollars gone, all while claiming to serve America's hard-working drivers. But the trouble did not stop there. Many drivers still complain about the fuel quality. I have had folks come in after long trips saying their diesel pickup started knocking or losing power right after filling up at Pilot. Some of that fuel tested high in water or had heavy sediment from old tanks. That is what happens when a company focuses more on sales than on what is actually coming out of the nozzle. Sure, they are convenient for travelers, but when your engine depends on clean, well-treated fuel, convenient does not cut it. And if you think corporate scandals are bad, the next brand took things to a whole new level, straight up criminal. Number 2, Sunoco regular grade. Now this one hurts to say because Sunoco's name is big in racing, you see it plastered all over NASCAR, so folks assume all their fuel is high quality. But here is the truth, that racing fuel is nothing like what you are getting at the pump. Their regular grade gas is a whole different story. I have seen more engine deposits and knock issues from Sunoco's regular unleaded than almost any other major brand. Tests from consumer watchdog groups showed that their base grade fuel often falls short on detergents, the very stuff that keeps injectors clean. Some stations even failed state inspections for off-spec ethanol blends and water contamination. In 2016, Sunoco paid fines after the EPA found several locations selling fuel that did not meet clean air standards. That is not a minor slip, that is your engine-breathing garbage. And while their premium and race blends might shine, their regular gas just does not belong in modern engines. It burns dirty, runs rough, and leaves buildup fast. But buckle up, because the next one makes all of these look tame. The number 1 spot goes to a company that straight up sold contaminated fuel and got caught red-handed. Number 1, companies busted for selling toxic or waste fuel. This one is not just bad, it is criminal. I am talking about the shady fuel distributors who have been caught selling waste fuel and passing it off as regular gasoline. Companies like Lamb Fuels have made headlines for it. They were accused of selling contaminated and hazardous waste fuel to gas stations across several states. Stuff that never should have touched a car engine. We are not talking minor contamination here. We are talking fuel laced with used oil, solvents, even chemical byproducts from industrial waste. According to EPA case files, some of these operations blended hazardous waste into fuel to cut costs, and then sold it to unsuspecting stations. Drivers filled up, and suddenly their engines were knocking, smoking, or flat out dead within days. I have seen engines ruined beyond repair because of this kind of garbage fuel. Melted injectors, clogged filters, destroyed catalytic converters. The works. And the scary part, most drivers never even knew what hit them. These are not just corner cutters, they are criminals who put profit over people. But here's the good news, not every brand plays dirty. Some actually go above and beyond to protect your engine. Let us talk about the 5 gasoline brands that actually protect your engine. Number 5, Chevron with Techron. Now this is what real fuel should be. Chevron's Techron formula is not just a gimmick. It is one of the strongest detergent blends ever approved by automakers. It scrubs carbon off your valves, pistons, and injectors while you drive. I have torn down engines with over 150,000 miles that ran mostly on Chevron gas, clean as a whistle inside. Techron keeps fuel systems running smooth by preventing that sticky buildup that kills mileage and power over time. It is also top-tier certified, meaning it meets and often beats the standards car makers recommend. That is why mechanics and performance drivers trust it. Sure, it costs a few cents more per gallon, but you will save far more in repairs down the road. If you want your engine to last, this is the kind of gas that helps it breathe easy. And next up, another heavy hitter that takes fuel cleaning seriously. Number 4, Shell. Its fuel is one of the few that actually fights engine buildup instead of just slowing it down. Their nitrogen-enriched cleaning system forms a protective barrier inside your engine that helps stop carbon and gunk from sticking to metal parts. It is like armor for your valves and injectors. Cars running on Shell for years still show clean combustion chambers and smooth idle. The consistency is what really stands out. Every Shell station follows strict top-tier standards, so you know exactly what you are getting no matter where you fill up. It is not the cheapest fuel on the block, but you can feel the difference in throttle response and overall performance. And if Shell's protection impressed you, wait until you hear about the next brand. It is one of the most dependable fuels in the country. Number 3, ExxonMobil. This brand is built on consistency and science. Their Synergy gasoline blend is loaded with cleaning agents designed to protect critical engine parts from carbon and corrosion. I have seen older engines that ran mostly on ExxonMobil fuel, valves clean, injectors spotless, and no hesitation under load. That is no accident. What makes them stand out is how even their regular grade fuel meets top-tier standards. You are not getting a watered-down mix here. Every gallon has the same detergent formula, whether you are buying regular or premium. That means cleaner burns, smoother idles, and fewer long-term issues like knock or valve buildup. It is solid, dependable fuel you can trust anywhere in the country, not hit or miss like the discount stations. And if you like ExxonMobil for its reliability, the next one might surprise you. It is a warehouse brand that is quietly beating the big guys. Number 2, Costco gasoline. Most folks think warehouse gas means cheap and low quality, but Costco flips that idea on its head. Their fuel is top-tier certified, meaning it meets the same high detergent standards as Chevron or Shell. In fact, independent lab tests have shown Costco gas often has more cleaning additives than many name-brand fuels. I've seen plenty of high-mileage cars that run on Costco fuel with zero buildup issues. Their secret is simple. They move so much fuel that it is always fresh, and they keep their storage tanks spotless. Clean tanks mean clean gas, and clean gas means a happy engine. You get top-notch quality and still pay less per gallon. That is rare. But if you think Costco is good, wait till you hear about the #1 brand. It is the cleanest, most protective fuel I have ever worked with. Number 1, BP Amoco Ultimate. This one tops the list for a reason. BP's Amoco Ultimate Fuel is not your average pump gas. It is engineered to clean as you drive. The detergent package in this blend is so strong that it can actually remove existing carbon buildup over time. I have seen engines that switch to Ultimate after years on cheap gas. Within a few tanks, the idle smoothed out and throttle response came back. It is also top-tier certified, meaning it meets strict standards from automakers. BP claims it keeps engines up to 60% cleaner than fuels without enough detergents. And from what I have seen in the shop, that is no exaggeration. Yes, it costs a bit more, but your engine will thank you. Clean valves, better combustion, smoother performance. It is worth every penny. If you care about long-term engine health, this is the fuel you want in your tank. You might be using good fuel now, but are you still believing lies about how to use it? Some fuel tips people swear by are killing their engines slowly.